jasmine, oolong, green, and white. Long ago, these 4 teas were skillfully brewed at the Blissful Brew. Then, everything changed when the shop's popularity threatened its existence. All Mr. Okuran, the shop's owner and tea master, could do was to recruit 4 teenage orphans to learn his trade and staff his shop. A year has passed since the orphans were hired, and although their skills have progressed, they still have a lot to learn before they can brew anything. But I believe that they have the potential to make the Blissful Brew the greatest tea shop in the world. Last time on Benders and Brews, an Avatar Legends podcast. And then you turned around only to find out that you were surrounded by pirates, and they have captured you, and they are taking you back to their ship.
You kids, you thought you could hide your secret about the treasure from us.
The box was made in Yudao.
Is that where we need to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Get ready to sail. We are headed to Yudao.
Captain! Captain! I see it! It's here!
You see what, Zazu? It's the beast.
And you see a large, scaled fin inside the water coming towards the boat. It leaps from the waves, and you see this massive, hulking gator shark.
Everybody to your stations.
And welcome back to another episode of Benders and Brews.
Before we get any
further into this comedy gold, let's get some character facts.
Why are you upset? That's good.
Mika, you got a Michaela, aka Mika, do you got a starting fact for us?
Mika is an only child.
You've done that one.
Did I?
I mean, it is a true fact that anyone could find out by listening to her prequel episode. So if you haven't done that, definitely go do that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
How many
it's pretty
siblings
intense.
we have?
Man, I sure do love when somebody's interesting fact about their character is a promo for one of the previous episodes. Makes my job a heck of a lot easier.
Well, this made my fact a lot easier too.
Uh-oh. What have I done?
Bill.
Cameron, playing Bill.
Bill has 2 younger brothers.
Oh.
Whoa.
And that, currently,
What's that supposed to mean?
like he at this time...
At this point in time, no.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Which you can find out sort of more about. It's very alluded to in Bill's prequel episode.
Yeah. 2
Yes.
younger brothers, but one is no longer.
Gosh, is there a National Prequel Day? Because I hope this episode falls on National Prequel Day.
National Prequel Day.
Is that what we're doing for our facts? We're just teasing prequels?
No, actually, I just was going to say how many siblings I had, because Mika said how many siblings she had.
Oh, okay.
Prequels. Okay. Guo is really good at pod racing.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second here, Brock or Bill. Gosh, whoa. What universe are you playing in?
No, just kidding.
This isn't a Star Wars RPG.
Guo's actual fact is, so, Guo, he's got his list of food places he wants to hit around Galilee. Every place he goes, he tries to find the hot spots or the hole in the walls that maybe...
tasty spots.
Yeah, the tasty spots.
Something else you can find out
Hot
about if you
zones.
listen to the Bill and Brock
The
people.
hot spots.
Hot spots? Nice.
Ooh, I love hot pot.
I've never actually had it.
Oh, it's so good.
He leaves he takes a notes. He has a journal. It's pretty much just for himself, though. He doesn't try to publish it or anything.
Okay.
He also has a secret grading method. He'll leave a mark in the stones, either on the doorway or somewhere on the building, somewhere in the restaurant, or outside on the sidewalk, and it's the Guo grade or something.
Oh my gosh. You're doing a Yelp meets the hobo speak or whatever they called that back in the day, where they used the signs where they would mark this
Hobo
house is
can't.
friendly, or these people don't like homeless people, so stay away.
Yeah, thieves can't for hobos.
That's yes, to put it in D&D terms, yes.
But so it'd be I don't know, the first lowest grade would be some pebbles on the ground, and then the second one would be a boulder with some pebbles on the ground.
Oh,
And,
okay.
a bunch of boulders and the pebbles on the ground.
So boulders are good.
Yeah,
right?
the more rocks, the better in Guau's.
Nice.
Guau's grade.
So what about the blissful brew?
There's no rocks in front of it.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't really focused on food that much. But
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Okay.
It's like a hot pot.
Bevies only. What is the highest number of boulders that a restaurant has received from?
well, I do the
Guau's?
standard 5.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
The next one be like the the pebbles and the boulders in the foothills with the other boulders, and then a mountain.
Oh.
And then the 5th one would be. Turns out the mountain was a volcano.
No. Nice. I like it. I dig it. That's pretty cool. He's got a rating system for restaurants. That's awesome. All right. Cool.
I'm waiting for Brock
What
to be like,
are
wait,
these rocks?
Gohan's the one leaving these? I've been chucking them at birds this
Oh,
thing.
no.
I've been following this system for years. I thought just every restaurant did it.
Yeah, I thought that was something they were doing.
I just love the volcano places.
They're always really good. All right,
The hot
Brock.
spots.
Yes, the hot spots with the hot pots.
Yeah.
Broccoli. Connor playing broccoli. What's an interesting broccoli fact?
Well, if we're doing more sort of plugs for previous episodes,
I suppose.
Brock is able to tunnel underground, but it's only like Bugs Bunny, where you can easily see like little mounds of rocks coming up from the surface.
Yes.
He can tunnel underground like Bugs Bunny.
Something else we recently discovered in the recent prequel episode of Bill and Brock's little one-shot adventure, which of course you can listen to like many of the prequel episodes. Hey, you know what? Kudos to Dave for coming up with an interesting non-prequel fact.
Okay.
That actually is pretty cool.
Mine
in my
wasn't
mind.
in a prequel.
It's
It's
well,
adjacent, but
it's
it wasn't
adjacent.
until you
I
mentioned
guess mine
it.
wasn't even a
half
prequel
refer-
either.
yours was a
Yours
prequel to
definitely
the
in the
scenario.
prequel.
No, that's fair.
All right. Well, with that and that interesting information, who knows if we will even make it to Udao, where we might find some restaurants with volcano ratings. Who knows? We'll find out. Well, maybe today, maybe next episode. Who knows? But for now, let's jump back into Vendors and Brews. All right, everybody. So, where we last left off, you guys were captured on the pirate ship. You talked to some of the crew members to kind of get an idea of who it is that you were on board with. The captain is forcibly making you sail to Udao, a Earth Kingdom city that Mr. Okuran had referenced in his recent clue, telling you to go there to get the next piece of the map, which will eventually lead you to the will that you are looking for in order to save the Blissful Brew and keep it from getting taken by your rival's hot leaf juice. All that being said, you're currently on the pirate ship, and suddenly you spot a massive creature swimming towards the ship in the distance. It is a massive gator shark, which they have named
Dun,
Kuma.
dun.
That's right. This giant gator shark has leapt over the ship and back into the water, but it is not leaving the area. It seems like it is hungry. It is interested in attacking the crew of the Bloody Boarcupines ship, and you are currently aboard said ship. So it's after you just as much as anybody else. You also know that the captain himself, Captain Rockfoot, once known as Captain Luckyfoot, had his leg bitten off by what is allegedly this exact same gator shark, and he is hungry for revenge. As you stand on the deck of the ship, the captain is shouting orders to everybody. You there, get over to the guns. Zazu, Raza, you head over and, get onto the bow of the ship. Tomo, you take the whatever the other side of the ship is. I don't know ship terms. I apologize. Stern, starboard. Sue, you get to the starboard. Everybody get to your appropriate positions. You know what that means. Kill that gator shark. You four, let's call you interns. I don't know. Find a place on the ship where you can help. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a kind of rundown of the various resources available to you on the ship to help you in this fight. Because as it currently stands, you are in a piece of wood floating down in the ocean, and there's a massive, monstrous beast attacking the ship. So, all things considered, helping the crew in this moment is probably with your best interest, because the last thing you want to do is end up in the water with that thing. All right, so you look around, all of you look around, you see a variety of different things that you could possibly use as weapons or involved in some way, shape, or form. You have nets that you could use to hopefully slow down, trap, or otherwise exhaust this creature, allowing for others to do other various attacks. There are harpoons, which you can take a hold of, either stabbing at the water if it gets close, or throwing into the water as it passes by. And then, of course, you have bows and arrows. Same thing. You do know that, obviously, once an arrow kind of hits the water, it's going to kind of throw off its ability. Just like, in movies when you see somebody shooting bullets into water, how the bullets kind of, they slam into the water and then they slow down and they sink. So you only got so much, I don't know, damage you can do with that. But it is an option. Additionally, for one individual person, you could take a hold of the grappling harpoon, which sits inside of a gun-like device, kind of works off of some clockwork gears on the rear end of the ship. There are cannons inside of the ship, which one could fire as well. Other than that, that's pretty much the key things. Oh, alternatively, you could take command, which you currently, that spot's being taken, so I'm not going to really suggest that. But if it weren't being taken and somehow fell to you, that is an option, and it could kind of help out with...
Hint.
Yeah, as a future option.
Foreshadowing the captain.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
All right. Going down the line
no,
Notice
here.
how he lost his foot?
His other leg.
Yeah, right?
Is this like a Captain Hook situation?
Kind of, yeah.
How do you not hear the clock? What?
There's no clock. It's a mix between kind of like a Captain Hook meets Moby Dick kind of a situation, yeah. Going down the table, is there... Yes. What would each of you like to do? Connor, Broccoli... where's Broccoli headed?
Can I grab some harpoons and then go down to the cannons?
Yeah, sure.
Gonna make some cannonballs.
Yeah, you can do that. That's interesting. All right, so you grab 2 harpoons. They're fairly heavy, so you grab one in each hand, and you kind of take off running down to the ship's core. Sue is standing there. She watches you do this because she's also grabbing one, getting it ready to throw. And she's like, "Where the heck are you going?
To the cannons.
Why?
Because
You got harpoons."
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm pretty focused. Whatever. Get yourself killed, I guess.
Surely you're not focused if you're paying attention to what Brock's doing.
Yeah,
You,
well, she can't keep her eye
Yeah,
down.
just saying this to her.
Moody, huh?
Those big bulging muscles carrying those hefty harpoons.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
Good thing it's my weight.
Oh.
I can tell exactly how much
These are 25-pound metal harpoons. Yes. Glow, what are you doing?
Glow grabs his mop and then looks down at it and tosses it aside
Yeah, okay.
and goes and grabs a bow and arrow.
Nice. All right. You get your bow and arrow. You got like a little quiver of arrows next to you, and you start readying your bow, pulling that string taut.
He is going to just try to use his instincts and fire this bow.
Yeah, are you not particularly...
Nope.
All right, fair
That's
enough.
the occasional carnivore.
Hey, they might have had something like that, honestly. All right.
Like on, what would be their Valentine's Day like?
Oh, yeah.
Special Valentine's Day.
Cupid.
Like All Hearts Day or Souls
Yeah.
Day or something.
It can't be Soul's Day because
Lovers'
that
Day.
was literally what we took.
Lovers' Day.
Oh, Lovers Day. Oh, the day of two lovers. Well, I don't know. They might leave it open. The day of lovers.
That's why I said
That'd be like an
Lovers'
Omashu day.
Lovers' Day.
Yeah. Lovers Day.
It's like it works great with Mother's Day.
Oh, shoot.
Father's Day. Lovers'
That's true.
Day.
Lovers Day. That's right. For all the couples out there, or soon to be. I don't know.
All them lovers.
That's all them lovers. Bill Door.
Yeah,
what
Bill
are you doing?
Harpoon.
Are you grabbing yourself a harpoon, getting ready?
Because it's like a bow step with a pointy end.
Fair point.
Mhm.
Fair point. I like it. All right, Mika.
Takes command.
Boom! I assumed the position.
I am going to run to the front of the ship
Okay.
and just stand there for a moment.
Okay. You just doing like lookout or
Just
something?
stand
Yeah,
to
sure.
a pose like a T in top of the
Yes.
world.
I'm flying, Captain Rockfoot.
What are you doing? You're gonna get your leg bitten off just like mine. Why do I care?
He says as he's dangling his good foot over the side of the boat. It's like, I wonder how he lost the first one with these poor life choices he makes.
All right. I'm gonna start with Brock. Brock, you're running down to the cannons with the harpoons. What are you doing?
Can I load the harpoons into the cannon? And fire them?
You know what? I'm not gonna stop you. That's for sure.
Yep.
I'm very intrigued on how this is gonna go. Okay, so you.
What could happen?
What's the worst that could happen, right?
So downstairs, you run into a young guy. It was the same guy whose voice you heard last episode that called out having seen the gator shark up front. His name is Zazu, based on the context clues you received from the captain shouting back at him. He's a younger man. He's wearing like a Fire Nation headband on his head. His hair's kind of spiked up. He's got black powder like all over his face and hands, and his clothes are pretty like dirty because of this. But he's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? Are you helping me with the cannons?"
Yeah, I'm down here to help with the cannons.
Oh, right on.
In case we run out of cannonballs, I got some harpoons here.
Oh,
You
I
think
guess I've never tried that before. That seems like a pretty cool idea, though. All right, I like you. You seem like a fun guy to blow stuff up with.
I like you too, man.
All right. All right. So cannons are loaded. They're ready to go. We just got to get this thing, just right. We gotta make sure that we hit him. Okay.
All
We
right.
really want to slam into him. Just really knock him out with these cannonballs.
Dude, when this is over, we gotta hang out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Do you like stew?
Yeah, I love stew.
Oh, I love stew. All right. Right. Sweet. Maybe we can get some stew from Cookie if we survive this thing.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to load those in now, or are we just gonna fire a regular cannonball? I mean, I think we might have to like put it in when there's a cannonball inside of it. I don't know if it'll just shoot out, by itself. You gotta see with explosions. You gotta create a lot of sort of pressure that's like built up, and then it just boom, right. You gotta like enclose that. That's why cannonballs work, right? They like fit right inside the cannon, right, and then it blocks up any like space for the explosion to like not hit it. You know what I mean?
I did not think that through. So yeah, let's do that.
All right, just like let's shove one of those in there. This is a terrible idea, and I love it. I'm excited. All right, so you load up there's a cannon already in there, but you just jam one of those harpoons into the cannon, hoping for the best. Roll me. You're doing advance and attack,
All right, so I get.
which
Is
I
that-
think everybody except Mika is. Mika, I'm assuming you're gonna do like evade and observe.
See.
Okay,
You are.
I rolled a 10.
a 10. Nice. All right, so
I will defy the laws of physics.
these will have kind of like special things that I've kind of created. They're basically like their own moves by using these weapons.
Ooh.
So it's already kind of locked in. It's just whether or not that you succeed. So
Oh, mark 2 fatigue, mark a condition, or shift their balance away from the center. Destroy something in the environment, but that doesn't include the gator shark, does it?
Oh, it's.
I mean, he's in
No.
the
One
environment.
hit, gone.
One hit, and then I just emerge. I am the captain now.
So these are gonna be. I'm gonna just consider these basic techniques. So technically, you could do 2.
I could strike. Well, I would only be able to strike and smash, right?
Well, yes, but also this is going to count as one of them. This is like kind of a custom attack. So using the cannonball is its own basic move.
Well, the harpoon's in there too. So.
Well, right, I'm just counting that with it.
Okay, Okay.
But then otherwise, you're going to be. You could choose an additional advance and attack. Basic technique.
Basic technique.
So the strike, pressure, or smash.
Okay.
We'll
So-
kind of try to figure out a way to fit that in.
I mean, so if I were to say smash,
Okay.
and it says destroy something in the environment, does that include the crocodile shark? It's really just
I mean, you successfully did something, so I'm not going to, like, do something that counts against you in this circumstance.
but like it's in the environment. It's either the water, the ship, or the cannon. Otherwise, because I can't. So because I mean, can I destroy the water? Just blow every inch of water out?
You could blow it out of the water.
Would that kill it, or would that just make it mark a couple extra fatigue on the?
It would open up accessibility for people, say, with the bow or harpoons, to have an easier chance at hitting it.
I'll blow it out. Well, with the harpoon, though, I should probably at least be able to pierce it, I would think.
Right.
But, like, the harpoon could pierce it, and the cannonball could, like, get it out of the water.
Yeah. That makes sense. That
So-
actually does make sense.
So I'll do that.
Okay, cool. So,
But I do mark 1 fatigue.
I believe so, yeah. All right, so he is marking 2 fatigue from the harpoon that you jammed in. He is also impaired, as he now has a harpoon jammed into his side. The cannonball fires out and slams into the water, causing a massive sort of explosion. And it causes the gator shark to go flying into the air. For Guao and, well, actually all the other 3 of you, you can see this happen. You see this giant gator shark fly up into the air. It is now kind of not floating there, like, you know, it kind of looks like, you know, something just leapt out of the water, but it looks like in an awkward sense, so it's not in control of what it's doing right now. You are going to be doing your bow and arrow. Would you like to roll me in? Well, just roll a combat.
As you're watching it jump over you with your arms outstretched.
Or Gro's like, he's wiping his hands on his robe. He's like, oh, it's mop water on my hands.
Oh no, it's all slick. What you can re-roll your lowest dice that you roll, because of the fact that Connor's kind of opened up an opportunity for you to hit this creature. Well, there you go. That's a good opportunity to do that.
I got an 8.
All right, awesome. So with a 7 and 9, you get to use the basic technique, which in this case is the bow and arrow, which deals a single fatigue. So your arrow flies out with key accuracy, slams into the shoulder of the beast, which goes very angry. Some of the pirates around you kind of look over at you, and they're nodding their heads in some impress, like, whoa, he's a pretty good shot. Whoa. But then they quickly turn back to focus at the matter at hand, because it's a big, scary beast. Bill, you are also advanced in attacking. You've got a harpoon in your hand. Are you throwing it, or are you... Okay, go for it.
4.
4, awesome. You can, before I make any jokes here, you have the opportunity to shift your balance away from center to use one basic technique, which in this case would be hurling this harpoon. If you would like to do that.
Which way?
Away from center. So as long as it doesn't go towards center, whichever direction you're already on the move of, I suppose.
That would head towards more self-reliance, which doesn't make sense here, as I just completely missed.
Well, you wouldn't miss.
Oh, okay.
That's
sure. Why not? Let's make some fun character
all right.
growth here.
There you go. You are now.
I say, I really want to do this.
You see everybody else. Yeah.
You believe it. All me.
You see Guao successfully shoot an arrow at this beast flying through the air, and you feel like you should be equally, if not more, capable than Guao to hit this beast. And so you focus for a moment and you hurl that out, sort of to prove to yourself and to prove to everybody else that you are capable. This harpoon flies through the air, slamming into the beast, hitting him in sort of the ribs area, dealing an additional 2 fatigue to this creature, which now falls back into the water. Mika, what are you up to over at the front of the boat?
I'm evading and observing.
Okay.
So I'm going to... Who's around me, I guess?
Yeah, good question. Great question. Currently around you specifically, you see an earthbending woman. She is holding a harpoon. She's kind of probably in like her late 40s. She's wearing sort of the green garb that a lot of earthbenders seem to wear. She also kind of has like a dirty, like, I work with
my hands?
Yes, yeah, I work with my hands kind of a thing going on. You can kind of smell what smells like sort of the smell of like hot iron. She kind of has that about her, and
Kind
soot.
of smell.
Yes.
That smells.
Interesting.
Smelly.
Additionally, near her, you see another man. He is wearing some very fine clothes, which seems odd. He is holding a bow and arrow. He looks very awkward with said bow and arrow. Very nervous. He's a slight amount rotund. He's wearing some orange clothing, which makes you wonder if maybe he has some relation to the Fire Nation, but you're not sure. But he definitely does not look very confident.
I guess I am going to bolster or hinder, which means I can aid or impede a nearby character.
Okay.
I will help the lady.
Okay. What do you... Oh, actually, I guess you have to roll
I get
it
it,
first.
yeah. I got a 4.
Okay. You can choose to move your balance away from center if you would like to use a basic technique anyways.
Sure.
Okay. Which way are you moving?
Well, I suppose I'm leaning towards friendship because I'm trying to help somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
You help somebody?
Yeah?
I'm trying to.
Yeah. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah. What do you say to this woman as she's getting ready to hurl this harpoon towards this creature?
You're so awesome.
Okay. And she looks over at you and she says, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Welcome.
And she turns back to what she's doing in her hand, and you can see like a little smirk in her face on her smile, and she pulls far back and hurls this thing towards the creature, which is swimming towards the boat at this point. He's already landed back into the water, and you see it go into the fin, that kind of the giant fin that comes out of the water and sticks inside of it. She's like, oh god,
woohoo!
Oh, thank you. She seems really excited and happy to have somebody standing by to support. Ironically, the rotund man standing next to her fires his arrow and just goes shooting off into like who knows where, completely missing the target. Both of you kind of look over at him, and he's just like, oh, oops, sorry. And with that, you've kind of created or gone an entire round with this creature who now swims underneath the boat, and you can feel the entire ship move as it does so. Well, since he needs to evade and observe, because that's the last action on here, he is going to simply dive under the water. You don't see him, and when he comes back up, it looks like he has ripped out all the arrows and harpoons that were stuck inside of him. That doesn't mean that damage hasn't been done. Obviously, he still has a couple of gaping wounds from them, but he's pulled them out to kind of refresh himself.
Is this crocodile shark like a humanoid type thing, or is he ripping them out with his fins?
Yeah, he's like ripping. He's got like claws, kind of like an alligator does, but a little bit more extended. I don't want to say that he has quite a humanoid, but it's a little bit more so than your standard alligator. Like he's got a little bit more reach. He's also got, his long mouth that he can grab things from and pull them out. But given like the size of his body, he's able to kind of turn and bend himself in order to reach these spots.
Gotcha.
A lot of these spots. So,
okay.
All right, moving forward, what option would each of you like to take?
I will seize a position.
All right.
Defend and maneuver.
Defend and maneuver. Okay.
I will advance and attack.
Okay.
Anything defensive I can do?
I mean, it's really all about the narrative. So, I mean, if there's an option in there that you want to like kind of deviate towards something within the narrative, I mean, you tell me. Like, if you see one of the options within defend and maneuver that you feel like fits.
He's attacking underneath our boat.
He has swum underneath your boat, and then he is kind of resurfaced on the other side, and he seems to be a little bit refreshed from getting out of the line of fire.
Could I do a defensive maneuver of putting down a defensive net?
Net is an option. You could go grab a net if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
So that is actually an advance and attack,
Oh,
technically.
well.
But the things that it does is sort of like a debuff in a sense, I guess you could call it. Again, using kind of more.
Go for it.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So you'll do advance and attack. Nico,
Chuck
what are you
some
doing?
nets.
Perfect.
Is there anything at the front of the ship that I could use to attack with, possibly?
The guy that had his bow and arrow definitely probably would happily hand it over to you if you asked for it.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, sounds good. I'll put you down as advance and
I said
attack.
pretty please.
Okay, so yeah, I think at this point, even if he didn't just hand it to you, I feel like your friend that you've just made would just glare at him and be like, anyone's better than you. While you're sitting there saying nice things to her, she would just, yeah. All right, perfect. So we got some advanced attacks. Dave is going to defend and maneuver to seize a position, right? All right, Dave, I'm going to kick things off with you then. Go ahead and make that roll.
8.
8. Awesome. So that lets you do the season position. What are you doing to move to a new location, to engage or disengage or overcome negative status effects or danger?
So Guo thinks to himself, man, this spell's actually pretty good, but we need more firepower. Time to pull out all the sacks.
What?
And he runs
Wait
to
a
the
minute.
captain's quarters.
No way. All right, well, everyone's pretty dang distracted right now, so nobody's stopping you from running to the captain's quarters and bursting through the unlocked doors.
That is what I do. And I scan the room for this alleged sack
Yes. All right.
that Bill was talking about
Yeah, raging all about.
at stew time.
All right, sounds good. You look around the room. You see a number of different things. There's a wardrobe. There's a bed, obviously, which, of course, you think maybe some things could be stored under the bed. You're not sure. There is a small, like, bedside shelf, or cabinet. And then there is a, like, chest, like a large, almost treasure chest-esque looking chest.
I thought it would have been funny if you were like, there's a bed, there's a wardrobe, there's a sack of rocks, there's a chest.
This particular
You don't
sack,
know where the sack of rocks is. Do you care to look in any of
the sack could be in any of these things. Which would you like to check in or
Alright, so
under?
first things first, Guo opens the wardrobe and picks out a funny hat to wear.
You find several. I mean, they're all pretty, like, straightforward captain hats with big old feathers coming
Yeah,
out.
I picked the one with the biggest, floppiest feather.
All right, perfect. You got one with a nice, big, decorated green.
be like,
I'm trying to think of an animal to mesh with peacock.
Yeah, me too.
it's gonna be like Chunk from Goonies, who just disappears halfway through, and at the very end, he just shows up with a giant pirate
It's
hat
true,
on
he
and
did.
a feather, and he's like, "I'm the captain
It'd
now."
be like, the bird horses, but a peacock horse.
A peacock horse? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, a
Which would
variation.
explain why it's even bigger than a normal
Yes.
peacock feather. This massive feather coming out of the side of it. It's so gaudy. It's just ridiculous.
And then I look in, open the chest.
All right, you open the chest. You don't... Actually, you do see a sack of something. It's kind of heavy. It feels like maybe there's like some kind of sand or something inside of there, but you grab that. There's also a number of other things. There's some papers, there's some scrolls, there's some maps. There's a couple of like fancy goblets. Maybe even like couple pieces of jewelry that maybe the captain has taken from previous treasure grabs and kept for himself.
I take note of like a description in my mind of these pieces.
Okay, all right. Just
I
for
don't-
future
I don't
reference.
take anything.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so you grab that sack of earth and you rush on out of there.
Is this I check in the sack? Is it actually?
Yes, it is. It's like a fairly large, like medium-sized sack full of dirt and rock and gravel and so on. It's mostly small rock, but I mean, with earth-bending abilities, you have a lot of leeway with that.
And I run back towards the battle.
Awesome. All right, sounds good. You've got your sack
And a hat.
and a hat.
A sack and a hat. Man, the captain's gonna be pissed.
Took his two most favorite things.
What captain? You're gonna find out what captain.
The new captain.
The new captain. Oh, everybody's gonna be like, all right, captain. He's gonna be like, oh, excuse me, I'm the captain. And Guo's gonna be like, I think I'm the captain. I've got the bigger feather.
And a sack.
And a sack. What do you got? A stupid
it's like
rock leg.
I've got a sack of rocks.
I've got a sack of rocks.
And
guess what's inside?
I'm taunting the captain.
Yeah, I've got your sack of rocks. Man, if some water got on your leg and washed some of it away, you'd be in a real big hole.
Are you like me, a fan of piracy or privateering out in your D&D campaign? Well, check this out. We have been working on a brand new airship combat system that means you and your privateer crew can now take to the skies and pillage at new heights. Within this system, you will get three-dimensional dynamic movement and combat rules. You'll get a brand new updated aircrew system, as well as brand new spells, items, creatures, and example airships for you to use in your campaign, as well as crews to put on them. But I think the coolest part about all of this is we have a custom shipbuilder application that will allow you to customize and build your very own airship. It means you and your team can have exactly what you want as you take on the skies. If you're interested in any of that, check out our Sky Zephyrs Kickstarter here at Hermie and the Dude.
Snyder's Return is a tabletop roleplay interview and actual play podcast. We chat with content creators from both mainstream and indie publishers, and we release actual play episodes of systems like our City of Mist game, Meddlers, Monsters and Madmen, and more games coming in the future. We also have a TTRPG review show on YouTube, Fly Like a D6. Come and check us out. You can find us on Twitter at Return Snyder, Instagram Snyders_return. You can find us on YouTube at Snyder's Return, Discord, and everywhere you get your podcasts.
Hey everyone, Skylar here, your friendly neighborhood game master. I just wanted to take a moment to let you know that we at Benders and Brews have been working our creative juices extra hard and pushing our artistic skills to the max in order to bring you some sick Benders and Brews merch. That's right. You can head on over to the TeePublic shop we created where you can snag shirts, stickers, mugs, and so much more with your favorite B&B characters on them. Grab a Chibi Mika baseball t-shirt, or maybe you want a broccoli mug designed with the Employee Blissful Brew Tea Shop logo. There's all of those and more, and even more down the road when we come up with ideas. So head on over to TeePublic and search for Benders and Brews, or you can follow us on social media where we'll post the links that'll be easily available to all of you. And of course, if you get some of our merch, be sure to tag us in a photo of you with the respective B&B swag because all of us at the studio would love to see it. Thanks for listening. Let's get back to the show.
All right, so everybody else was doing advance and attack, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Very cool. All right. So, anyone in particular would prefer to go first?
I rolled.
Oh, all right. Bill rolled. What do you got?
10.
10. Oh, all right. All right. Very nice. Okay, so you can pick
much
two.
better than that's apparently.
That's right. You can pick up to 2 techniques, basic techniques. Include one of them being the net.
What
Smash
other
the
basic techniques is there?
Well, there's strike, pressure, smash.
Pressure.
Pressure. Oh, okay.
You want to intimidate the crocodile shark?
Yeah, with my really intimidating net.
Okay.
I'm going to make a loud yelling noise and they go, and he's going to get real scared.
So, I'm assuming you're throwing the net first?
No.
Okay.
No.
Before you scare it away?
My order is the opposite. Loud noises that scare him into my net.
Okay, so basically with pressure, you get... So, first of all, you throw the net over, and sure enough, it catches onto the back of this beast that's swimming through the water, causing it to start thrashing about. It is now trapped, which is ironic that you're going to pressure it, scare it away, allegedly. But I guess with pressure, you choose an approach that they cannot choose in the next exchange.
So wait, when they're trapped,
Approach being
they
defend and
can't-
maneuver, advance and attack, or evade and observe.
So they can't do any of those?
You choose which. Yeah, you choose one of
But if
those.
they're
and they can't-
trapped, they can't. I'm gonna do evade and observe, so they can't. So they'll be too scared to try and break out of the net.
Ooh. A combination of 3 conditions or fatigue to escape. Dang. Okay. You said evade and observe, or what did you say?
Yeah,
Evade and observe. He can't take any of those options. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. He is now unable. You make some loud noises, and having been trapped, he's freaking out. He's panicking. He will not be evading and observing next
I'm doing
next
the
turn.
Sand Raider.
Right.
Shoot on, make loud screaming noises.
Yes, absolutely. Usually the shooting works pretty well from the get-go, but the shouting noises doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. All right, Brock or Mika, any preference?
I can go.
Brock?
Okay.
So I still got that second harpoon, so I'll go back up to the deck and try and harpoon him while he's in the net.
Okay.
And so when I just actually
Technically, you
just
would have
realized.
needed to seize a position.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I will fire the cannon
Okay.
at
Perfect.
him.
So they do have 2 cannons, conveniently, on either side, but currently it's on the same side as you shot from before. So you can load that up and fire it. But just keep in mind that if it's on that side again, you'll have to reload the cannons before you can start firing them again. So
Right.
just something to keep in mind. But yep, absolutely go for it.
So when I roll, just making sure.
Yeah.
Do I add that +2 from if it's related to force, which I'm assuming this is?
Sure. Yeah.
On top of the passion?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, I can get a bit more ludicrous with
Yes.
it. No. I'll just fire the cannons, try and finish them off in the nets. 8.
8. All right. Yep, that's a success. You can definitely fire the cannons. So you do so. Ball again shoots out of this cannon, slams into the water, knocking it up in the air, preceded by a harpoon that goes flying and jams itself into the netted creature. Everybody else watches as this netted monster comes flying out of the water, flailing about, trying to claw its way out of this net in the mess that it has created. Mika, you've got you come rushing over. What do you say to this guy to get this bow and arrow, out of curiosity? I know we kind of like hypotheticaled that situation, but like it's funny to act it out.
I run over there and I say, "Hey, dude, give me your bow,
Okay.
please." Oh, I didn't know
There
you
you
said
go.
please.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay, like why don't you go like sit in the back of the boat or something?
Oh, that sounds phenomenal.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay.
Why am I taking orders from? I don't know. She told me something I wanted to do anyway, so that works out.
Captain of the ship.
She's putting her name in the hat. But Glow is wearing the hat.
That's right.
I got a 3.
All right. Well, that's a failure.
Unless
won't
you
be-
count my re-roll, then I got a 8.
Don't count the re-roll. Wait, actually, what I will let you do is what we did before, which is you could re-roll. So you rolled 2 1s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could re-roll one of those 1s.
Okay, then I got a 6.
Total?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's still a
Yeah.
fail. If you would like to succeed, you can move your balance away from center.
Oh, which way would I move? I gotta choose?
You have to move it away from center. So whatever direction it's already headed,
Oh.
you got to keep pushing it.
Man, I have to go towards friendship again?
You gotta learn to rely on your friends.
Well, if that's the case, as you're readying this bow, the woman next to you,
Says, "You're awesome." Wow.
she
thanks.
says she can see that you're a little iffy on it. You're shaking. Probably thoughts about your past go through your head and some things that happened, which you as the listener can find out more about if you listen to Mika's prequel.
Yeah, there is a whole bow and arrow scene.
But there is a very important bow and arrow scene that, again, runs through your head involving your father, involving some, let's say, failures on your part that may have led to some intense disaster that is now, like I said, flashing through and reminding you of that. And that fear starts to well up inside of you, but then you feel a reassuring hand on your shoulder as this earthbending woman or Earth Kingdom woman, a little bit dirty, her hand's got some like gunk on it or whatever. She's got a deep in her nails, but you feel her reassuring you on the shoulder. She says, "You got this, lass. Fire away." And you fire the shot. And sure
Jeez,
enough,
I have a whole Merida on my side.
Yeah. I did not expect that, but sure enough, it kind of came out that way.
If you had the chance,
to change your
shot.
fate, to change your balance,
To change
would
your
you do
balance,
it
would
if
you?
it meant hitting the gator shark?
Trust the bow.
Yes, and you do. And your arrow flies straight into the netted mess that is this gator shark, sinking into its form and dealing it more exhaustion as it flails about in the air. It lands back into the water, still entangled, and it untangles itself, causing even more exhaustion on itself, and then it quickly turns and starts swimming intensely towards the boat. It is going to also be doing an advance and attack, and it is doing a smash. It swims towards the boat. I don't have to roll because I'm the DM and everything I do succeeds. He marks another fatigue, and he slams into the side of the ship, causing a massive hole to open up inside the hull. Everybody begins to panic as they're thrown about on the ship in every which way. Everybody on the boat has become impaired as it rocks violently back and forth and starts to sort of tip to one side as the ship begins to take damage and take on water.
Take on water?
A little bit.
Good thing I can swim.
But would you want to when the
You
water's
can
got a
swim?
beast inside of it? All right,
I
going
sure
into
hope
another
so.
round.
No, I just use the water to help me float.
I will mark.
That's one way to do
Moves
it,
me,
I guess.
moves me to the
Why
shore.
bother swimming when I can make the water do all the swimming for me?
Exactly.
All right, everybody, choose your next maneuvers.
So what's going on with this ship? Does it have a bunch of holes in it now?
Just one that you assume is probably inside, like the lower decks hull of the ship. Yeah.
Where's it in relation to the cannons where I'm at right now?
So it would be the deck just below yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I jump onto the net?
Onto the beat. Well, he got out of the net.
Ah.
You can jump
He
onto
has
him.
to spend like a bunch of exhaustion or other conditions in order to get out of it, but he did.
And just to make sure, I no longer have any harpoons, correct? I shot
You are
them both.
all out of harpoons.
Well, then I will seize position.
Okay.
I'm also going
It's,
to defend in maneuver.
All right, we got another defend maneuver.
Can never get tired.
2 defend maneuvers. What about you two? Bill and Mika. What are you guys doing?
Not jumping on the net.
Oh, that's good.
Aw.
There's nobody
I
else.
mean, I guess there
hitting
is
this
a
thing
net
except
in the
us.
water. It's just floating there. It's all slashed up, but
Like
They're letting the interns fight the fight.
they want to see what you made of.
Like nobody else is hitting this thing. It's just-
They are, yeah. No, you see people
They're
kind of.
really bad.
Well, some of them are very bad. But you do see some of them, trying to do things. The captain has the wheel. He's trying to steer it, sort of maneuvering around, but also staying within range of the shark, the gator shark, and try to keep it so that people can fire at it and do whatnot.
Where's my friend? Where's Bengo?
Bengu is also kind of near the head of the ship. He's shouting out orders in the captain's stead. So the captain's kind of steering while the first mate is shouting orders to the crew.
Okay. About this gator shark.
Yeah.
Is he more gator than he is shark? Or is he more shark than he is gator?
That's a tough one.
Like, can he breathe air? Like, gators can go on land,
Right,
per
right.
se.
Yeah. He can do that.
Okay.
Does he have the neck of a gator or a shark?
He has the neck of a gator.
And the head of a gator.
Yeah. But
And
like
the
kind of
body
a
of a gator.
body of a shark with the tail of a sort of a
Gator.
mix in between. And then he's got like the sort of army leggy things coming out of the sides like a gator. But they're a little bit more like built and longer so that he can kind of like move them around a little bit. But yeah, he's got like some big old muscles. He's a beast of the sea. But then his
A sea beast, if you will.
a sea beast, yes. And they're webbed, of course. It's a dangerous creature.
He didn't know that I'm impulsive and
I
stupid.
desperately hope we get some cool fan art.
I want to kill it.
I want to say that's an advance and attack. I feel like that's what it would fall under.
Unless you're yelling that. Maybe you're trying to intimidate.
Oh, yeah.
Like does he understand English? Like does this
He
shark
understands yelling.
As
Loud gibberish.
He
He
understands loud
understands that.
noises like many do, but you don't know for sure whether or not he understands English.
Does he
There's
understand
no
a
proof.
bow staff to the top of the noggin?
He might.
just bop him on the nose?
That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay.
Bop him on his nose next time he shows his big Schnout.
Okay.
Teach him a lesson. Teach him a thing or two from Guaoling, eh? That's how we do it back in Guaoling.
I believe you have a move for that, don't you? Kind of parry? Don't you have parry?
Yeah, I do have parry.
So if he tries to attack...
attack. You know,
there you go.
This portion of
and
the
that's
ship.
Advance and attack, I assume.
Oh, no.
No?
It's defending maneuver.
Oh, interesting.
Because
Okay.
it's my specialty. Don't
Right.
Remember, I'm a defense specialist.
Okay.
So I'm going to show him a thing or two from Guaoling.
All right, fair enough. All right, sounds good. Mika, did you decide?
I did this number on the Wild Coyote Bulls back
I have no idea what to do because all my ideas don't work.
The Wild Coyote.
What do you mean? You just shot him.
Well, he can breathe air, so I can't, take the water away from him and make him
Well, if you
suffocate.
exhaust him to the point where he doesn't have any fatigue left, then he goes down too, so...
I know, but I'm telling you, my ideas are backfiring because I'm asking clarifying questions, and then my ideas won't work.
Don't think. Act.
Well, I was gonna take all the water away from its face, but it can breathe air, so what is that gonna do?
You take all the water and you force it into the nose, into his nose, and just he's got the whole ocean's worth of water.
The alligators have things that close their nose.
Then I hit it with a 1-2 punch right on the nose.
There's also
tickle its armpit.
do you have any ice spending?
Dang, I was gonna say throw some dirt in his eyes.
Or, I mean, all things considered,
According to this.
you could also flavor some of your basic moves with the idea of I'm going to use waterbending in this way to do a strike, or I'm going to use it to flavor smash, or whatever the case.
I'm gonna try to use my waterbending.
Okay.
So I'm going to attack him.
All right. So who is doing the defend and maneuver? Bill is, and
I'm
then Brock
seizing a
is.
position. Yes.
All right. So we'll go with Brock first, just because we'll go in table order. Brock, go ahead, do your check.
All right. Well, first, is he still under the boat, or is he where is this guy right now?
Okay. Yeah. So he slammed into the boat, and then now he's swimming away. It looks like he might be gearing up to do another one.
Okay. So from where I am, do I need to roll first, or do I need to just describe?
It's better to roll first, just because you could totally fail, and that's going to kind of change things.
Gotcha. So is this still considered with force, or is it?
I don't think so. If you're just moving to a different, I mean, what is it your goal is? I guess.
So my goal is to end up on top of him.
That would be seize a position.
So.
Okay, I could see how this is. What's the alternative to force?
Care.
I guess I could see how this could be considered force. Sure.
So okay.
Since you're taking the leap and you're forcing yourself onto it, right?
I don't like how that sounds.
Is that what you? Well, okay, yeah, okay,
well, yeah. So if we're
in a combative way.
Yeah. So I mean, it's up to you if it's forced.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with it.
Okay. That is a 6.
6 total. And then did you do the -2 to physical stuff for impaired?
Oh, I marked 1 fatigue.
Oh, to get rid of it.
So I don't think that hits, does it?
It is not. But you could choose to move your balance.
And for a success?
For a success.
Might as well.
How far are you?
I am +3 on the force side.
So you're almost over the edge?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, the irony is that what you're doing almost feels like an over the edge kind of action to do.
I mean, yeah.
But whatever the case, everybody watches as you leap.
But first.
Oh, yeah. Explain, yeah.
So I go up to the deck.
Yes.
I grab a couple more harpoons that
Okay.
weigh exactly 20 pounds because he knows this. And then proceed to jump onto... I try to get on the back of his neck because, fun fact, crocodiles, if you can get the back of their necks...
It's a gator, not a crocodile.
Okay, about gators or crocodiles. If you can get the back of their neck, they can't touch you. And also, they don't have enough power to open their mouths, which is why you can keep them closed with tape. So I grab the harpoons and leap off the boat.
Everybody freezes. Everybody on the boat stops for a moment and just stares in kind of awe, but also just what in the world? He's insane.
And that's where I want to be.
All right.
And I mount this.
You fall through the air and land right on the
nape.
I was gonna say the fin.
Oh.
'Cause that's like just something you can see from outside the water.
Gotcha. Yep. So I'm on there, and that's all I can do, right? I can't.
Yeah.
I can't
That's
try and
using your
stab him.
position. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I do. I'm on the gator shark now.
All right, sounds good. Bill, you're going to be doing the parry.
9.
9, nice. Okay, did you take into effect the
7.
7? That still succeeds. All right. So you're doing a parry. Basically, when it attacks, if it attacks you, you're doing blow for blow, right?
Correct.
All right, sounds good. Whoa.
Wait, did it attack? What happened?
Well, it'll attack on its turn.
Oh.
Yeah. Allegedly. I mean, you just told it couldn't evade and observe. So.
I was trying to defend and maneuver, seize
Yes.
a position.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I should have gotten to you first, but that's okay. What's your position that you're achieving?
8.
8. All right.
So what's the deal with this grappling harpoon?
Yes. So there is a grappling gun harpoon. It's like a harpoon gun with a rope attached to it, and it is at the back end of the boat.
So I go up to the guy who's on it, and I say, "You're taking too long. Let a guy with a fancy hat take over."
I'll have you do a push your luck, but I'm gonna give you advantage on it because you have the captain's hat, and at the very least, it's gonna surprise him.
Oh, that's an 11.
All right, well that does it for sure. He immediately steps back and he's like, "All right, I can't." Wait a minute, but by that point you've already got your hands on the controls of this harpoon gun and you're turning it around.
I say, good thing I got these sacks of rocks for this.
Alright. So that is...
Does it have... So it's the harpoon with a rope attached.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll try to shoot it at the beast.
Okay. So that is its own action. Yeah, so next... Okay, perfect. Yep. So that'll be an advance and attack. Mika, you were going to also do advance and attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what are you doing?
I was gonna strike, I guess.
Okay.
I was gonna use my water bending skills.
Okay.
And squeeze him like a python.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna use the water that's around
as,
him to kind of like pressure him in and
Yeah.
squeeze him a little bit. All right, perfect. Yeah, go for that roll.
Alrighty.
Are you just going really bad today?
Yeah.
Do you want to shift your balance?
No.
Actually, it's a 4.
What?
Right, because you guys are.
Unless if you
Dang.
took a fatigue.
Well, either way, I'm still not succeeding unless I shift my balance.
Okay. Well, here's what I'll tell you. As you like stretch out your hands to try to control the water, it's just too strong of a current for you to be able to like kind of control this much water. You find it difficult to sort of get a hold on it, which works out in your favor in the sense that this lady doesn't seem to know what you're doing. She's actually a little bit confused, like, "Are you all right there, Les?" And because she doesn't see any water really like getting moved around in an unnatural way, she's not going to suspect that you are a waterbender. So there is a positive to that.
Woohoo!
Weird way to shoot a bow.
That's a
I
strange...
lost the bow when he hit the ship. I'm assuming. Yeah.
All right. So once again, the gator shark is going to swim towards the boat and slam into it. Everybody is shaken again. This time everybody's grasped down a little bit after the last one. So they're not as, you're not impaired. You're not as impacted as before because you've sturdied yourself from the last impact. But you can feel that the ship has been dealt more damage, and you fear that if it were to take any further damage, you'd be in a bit of a predicament. So, jumping back over to everybody, what are we doing next?
What about me?
Attack!
Oh, he didn't attack you.
Thought he wasn't going to attack me.
He knew you were going to parry.
No, I knew he was going to attack the bow. But,
Here's what I'll say. If you
so I just stood there on the boat and just, just stood there.
If you want to
just staring at him, rammed into the side of the
That's a
ship.
fair point.
Went, oh,
If you wanna-
if only you came for me.
If you want to huck a harpoon at him, I'll let you huck a harpoon at him. He did get close. You don't have to roll anything. You do it. All right. That is the ability.
Why did you come up here?
Hey, go ahead messing with me, huh?
Fight like a man.
going up here on the deck with me, fish stick-up style, huh, Gator Boy?
I guess you'll just have to get in the water.
I guess I'll have to jump in.
As it slams into the side of the boat, you have an easy shot to huck a harpoon downwards at it. Slams into him, almost hitting Brock, who you were like, oh yeah, he's down there.
That's Guaoling style for you, baby.
Awesome. All right, everybody choose another technique.
Attack.
Yeah, you do damage. Yeah, I got it.
Nice.
I'm
Well,
attacking.
apparently you can't
Against
defend
attack,
this
okay.
thing.
Defend the ship! All hands attack!
Okay.
Quick,
Tie
tie
you
a
to do
rope
advanced
to me.
attack because you got the gaps of the gun.
Oh yeah, I could have had a
Quick,
rope.
tie a rope to me, Guan.
What's Bill doing?
He's going to get a rope tied to him and then jump to the side of the boat and
I got
defend.
my hands full.
Well, it swims back. It swims away each time to like try to do another.
Now
ram
go
attack.
on.
Okay.
You're gonna keel haul yourself?
Yeah. No, I won't. I don't know what I'm going to do. This is dumb. I can't use my stick because it's not long enough, you know. If only I had a giant, like, 20-foot stick, I could just walk.
That's amazing. You look
the
over.
mast of the ship.
I was just gonna say, as you think to yourself, if only I had a 20-foot stick, you look over and you see the mast of the ship, and you think, maybe I could. No. I
I grab it. 2,000 pounds.
This is like something out of One Piece.
And we're on a boat.
That's right.
This is fiction.
You're not wrong so far.
It's a big.
You don't have a
boat
way
stuff.
to disassemble the mast from the rest of the
It
ship.
just kicks it really hard.
Really hard. All right.
What if you
It's
did
a running
the?
start and just like a hi-ya.
This
Wait,
still
what's-
sounds right out of One Piece.
Oh, that's a good one. Instead of me doing the boat stuff, we turn the Gohan smart here. Turn the ship really fast so the mast is a giant.
But what
boat
if
stuff.
you assess the situation? What here can I use to wield the mast of the ship as a bow staff? So you just
Good
gotta
points
roll
all
to assess
around.
that situation. He can't deny you there.
All he's gonna say is you can't. Oh well, I assessed. Roll another harpoon.
All right.
That's all I can.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You can jump on him. You can jump on him with me, then hit him with your bow
See,
staff.
it's funny because I said this to
Jump
Michaela.
on him.
I said if I was playing my D&D character, I would have instantly jumped on this thing.
Right.
But
We all know
the thing is, this character is not an idiot. So
You calling Brock dumb?
no, no.
What were you trying to say?
He's courageous.
You're lucky Brock can't hear you from where he's at right now.
Brock is having a time of his life right now.
He is.
Yeah, so I'll attack him with a harpoon.
Yeah.
All right. You do that.
Shoot a
What are you doing,
cannon directly
Mika?
at the back of his back.
Well, I'm on the back of the neck.
I don't know.
You
Yeah,
do have
is
more
there-
arrows if you wanted to shoot
Wow.
arrows
But
at
do I
it.
still have my bow or did
Yeah.
I lose it?
No, you still have it.
I'll try that, I guess.
Okay, sounds good. So is everybody doing advance and attack then?
Mm-hmm.
Think
It
so?
seems like okay, sounds good. No problem. Connor, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Broccoli standing on top of the very beast you all are trying to destroy.
So I roll a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Holy cow! Well,
So-
you've got an opportunity to take two basic techniques, and you have two harpoons in your hand.
Yeah. So I'm going to. Well, first I will strike. The way
Okay.
I want to strike is I will take the two harpoons and just Excalibur them
Nice.
into. Should I do the eyes or the neck? I will Excalibur them.
One eye and one neck, please.
I will Excalibur them into his neck,
Okay.
the both of them, and then kind of like jump on them to make sure that they're really in
They're
there.
really deep in there. All right. You jam these deep into the neck. Blood starts to shoot out from either side as you jam it deeper and deeper, pushing as hard as you can, and then giving it one more push down with your body to make sure that they have truly stabbed deep within this creature's body. And then what are you doing with your second basic technique?
Second basic technique. So I guess whatever's left of the harpoon sticking
Sure.
out, I can use smash to break them off, and then I guess I can go for the eyes. Is that possible?
You'd have some sticks in hand, I guess. Yeah. Because you
Sure.
just have the ends of the harpoons. But
Just-
yeah, I mean, you could. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Whatever the case, you're snapping off the tips of the harpoons inside of the monster. So it can't like just rip the harpoon out and be, cool. Yeah. It's going to have like literal metal inside of its body.
Yep. And then whatever is left sticking out from the skin, I break off and try and jam him in the eyes.
All right. Sounds good. So you got a mark of fatigue, but you don't get to jam him in the eyes just yet.
Okay.
Because obviously you've used both of your moves.
Right.
But Smash would allow you to mark a fatigue to break these harpoons off inside of it. You kind of use a mixture of like your legs, and then I'm going to say that these have wooden handles. Because otherwise I'm going to be really impressed if you're able to just like kind of kick this metal harpoon and snap it in half. But
right, I forgot about that.
No, that's all good. One way or another, you're able to either use its body and like the hard scales and just the pressure and adrenaline running through your veins to break this harpoon, so that the handles are in your hands. They're kind of broken at a sharp angle, so you could potentially use these later on.
Cool.
Moving on to Guo, who's also advanced in attacking. You have the grappling hook gun. It's not a grappling hook, it's a grappling spear gun. Doohickey. And you're following along as this beast is moving. You're kind of using Broccoli as a little bit of a target since he sticks out really high.
I don't want to hit Brock. Let's see. I aim for the tail.
Tail, okay.
Tail.
All right.
A difficult shot.
Yes, definitely.
What? The 13?
Holy cow. Well, you are fired. Would you like to do anything in addition to this?
I blow the feather out of my face. I line up the shot.
This guy is like over there, and it's just everything goes into slow mo as he's just berating you about how you do not have the sufficient training to be using this device. And you don't care. Everything behind, everything in the background goes completely silent as you carefully take aim and fire.
And Grow pictures like the arcade or the carnival game where you're like shooting the beam of water.
Yes.
The water gun at the target.
And you got a dead eye right on the bullseye. And your harpoon flies through the air. Brock, you see it as it comes towards you. You panic a little bit. You kind of like hide a little bit behind the fin just to like hopefully make sure that it hits that instead of you. But sure enough, Guo's aim is true and slices right into the tail, piercing straight through and sort of like grabbing on the other side because like harpoons kind of have that like protrusion. So it is like sufficiently grabbed. You can see the rope that leads all the way back over to the ship. You have essentially lassoed this beast, Guo. And you do get to choose another basic technique if you would like to.
Guo's just going to go grab a net.
Okay. Yeah. And get it ready. All right. Yeah. Sounds good. I'll allow that. It's not technically a move, but I think it makes sense. No, I think it works. There actually, before you do that, there is like a crank on the gun to kind of like pull in the rope. Like a reel. So it's almost like a big fishing pole. Okay. If you wanted to, you could use that as a way of pressuring it to keep it from doing a specific maneuver next round.
Yeah, Guo's gonna try to start reeling this bad boy in.
Do you have a preference on something that you don't want it to do? Evade and observe, attack, advance, attack, or defend a maneuver?
Evade.
Okay, perfect.
Keep him on the ropes.
All right, sounds good. Bill, you got a harpoon in hand. Yeah. You just watched as not only did your friend who did get onto the beast stabbed into it, but you also saw your other friend expertly snipe the creature, which is now on a rope, and he seems to be kind of wrestling with the rod, trying to pull him in. 8. That's a success. You hurl that harpoon towards the beast. It flies true. Brock is definitely probably getting nervous as he's sort of like pseudo dodging the weapons coming from the ship and slamming into it.
Think this through.
I guess not. But at the same time, he's skilled enough to make sure that he's not getting hit, or maybe the gator shark is just large enough that it's taken him, rather than Brock getting hit on top of him.
That's just par for the course for me. Have I ever thought anything through?
That's
and fair. Have we made it out of every situation?
That's true. Mika, you've got your bow and arrow in hand, or your bow in hand and the arrow at the ready, firing it in.
Yep.
Go for that roll. Yeah.
Kill it. Shooter.
Shoot!
I actually did something useful.
What'd you get?
10.
10? Nice. So you get to actually choose 2 if you'd like to. You could fire 2 arrows if you want. I'd be down with that.
Obviously, duel them at the same time.
Oh, all right. That's fine. We'll flavor it that way. So you take a second arrow, and your earthbending friend is standing next to you, and she says, "Oh, you're pretty confident, I see." And you fire both arrows, both of them flying towards the gator shark. Brock, you quickly dodge, diving behind the fin that sticks out of the water. Both of them, right where you were standing moments ago.
Why are you aiming
It comes down to the gator shark's turn, but as you hold on, it thrashes in the water a couple of times, and it just pulls against the rope that's jammed into its tail, and it finally just gives up. It lays still in the water,
sinks to the
bobbing,
bottom.
bobbing there in the water. Guo, you're on the end of the gun trying to reel it in. The guy that's watching, he's absolutely astonished. You're sitting there trying to reel it in. You look over and he's just got this big, like, his mouth is just wide open, having seen you shoot at its tail. But then he snaps out of it and he rushes to your side and helps you start to, like, reel it in. And he's shouting out, Captain, we got him! We got him! And everybody starts to cheer, and they're excited as they see this the non-moving creature, whatever the case.
Dead.
Yes, it's dead. Brock, you're standing on top. I mean, what are you doing as you stand atop this now dead creature?
Well, if they're reeling it in, I should probably try and climb up the rope to get to the
ship.
Okay.
So you, like, climb onto it and start to kind of shimmy your way back up as the creature starts to sink a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're like, uh-oh, I'm running out of platform. Perfect. So the crew eventually manages to reel it all the way up next to the boat, and with a little bit of help, they're able to pull it on up. They use some more nets. They use some more stuff. And sure enough, they pull it onto the ship. They lay it out before you. It's this massive, massive hulking creature. The captain pushes his way through the crowd. And he looks at it and he says, well, look who got theirs. And with that, we'll see what happens to the rest of you, having taken out this massive beast next time.
Thank you so much for listening to our show. Of course, don't forget to follow or subscribe to our podcast through whatever podcast site that you're using, such as iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and others. Additionally, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just look for the social media icons. Following us on social media gives you access to all news, announcements, and of course new episodes as they are released. You can check out our website, bendersandbrews.com, which will feature all of our episodes as well as news, announcements, and even cool character and player profiles. It's a great hub of information for the Benders and Brews podcast. And finally, we would be truly humbled if you would be willing to take the time to leave us a review if your podcast site allows you to do so, such as on iTunes. Or, in the case of YouTube, you can hit the like and subscribe button and drop us a comment. Tell us about what you thought about our podcast episodes. It sure would mean a lot to us. Avatar Legends is a tabletop role-playing game created by Magpie Games. Nickelodeon, Avatar, and all related titles, logos, and characters are trademarks of Viacom International Inc., all rights reserved. I also want to thank the following artists who you can find on Fiverr for their amazing creative work on this podcast. Character art was done by alessiopapadraw. Background art by Kennicchi. Music by Joe Timms 215. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.